Okay, so apparently, there is no apparently, this is definitely just a fact. Grow a Garden is the most popular game on Roblox of all time right now, and somehow also the one that seems to be the most suspicious amongst the talk within the Roblox community, because everyone is now talking about whether or not this game, Grow a Garden, is botted. And I feel like this conversation is justified, this discussion. I definitely understand where it's coming from, because let's just talk about this right now, okay? The game has existed for less than 2 months, and already, almost immediately, it broke Roblox's all-time record of 2 million concurrent players by simply and very casually just hitting 5 million, and then a week later, it decided to almost double that to have 9 million concurrent players. At this point, that game is basically bigger than Roblox itself. It's not too long ago, it was probably even a few months ago, that Roblox was barely reaching their own new all-time record of having 10 million people in games at the same time. And now this one game has 9 million, like it's absolutely ridiculous, and even worse when you realize that this game is nothing special. So naturally, people are starting to think that something's up with this, and by something I mean bots, which is not surprising. We've been talking about bots a lot recently. So people all over every platform, mainly Twitter, but also like Discord, TikTok, anywhere that they can talk about this, they are talking about this. I've seen people throwing around screenshots, little video clips of bots that they are finding inside of this game. And I mean, recently I made a video called Roblox's bot problem is getting out of control, and in that video I talked about whether or not Grow a Garden is likely to be botted, and personally I didn't find any evidence of it having bots in the game, but unfortunately I was wrong. Other people have found proof that the game does have bots. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that when it reached 9 million players, all 9 million of them were bots. That is probably not the case, but it is a fact that this game does have bots in it. Whether it's 2 bots or 2 million bots, you know, there is definitely bots in Grow a Garden, and now Roblox has responded to this, to the community claiming that Grow a Garden is botted, and they are basically lying to everyone, because their answer pretty much says, or like their response pretty much told us, no, Grow a Garden does not have bots, when we have very clear evidence of screenshots and videos of people going into servers and finding bots in this game. So yes, Roblox basically just lied, and obviously people are calling them out for it. Basically, Roblox responds to botting claims involving Grow a Garden, and they did give us like an entire little statement about this. It started with a Roblox spokesperson said they didn't suspect Grow a Garden developers of anything untoward. So basically what they are saying is they don't suspect the developers of Grow a Garden botting their game. And I don't think that if the game does have bots, I don't think that's what the Grow a Garden developers are doing. This will clearly just be a part of the botting problem that has already existed on Roblox and already been such a prominent issue across all different games on the entire platform. I truly don't believe that the developers behind Grow a Garden are the ones placing these bots into their game. And I think the reason for that is that when people find these bots in a server, they are always just using AFK exploits to actually grow their garden. And I feel like if the developers were trying to get more players via bots, they probably wouldn't have them playing the game, they'd just have them sitting there. But either way, that doesn't change the fact that the game probably does have bots in it, and Roblox's response to this was, Grow a Garden's global success is fueled by exceptional user retention, vibrant social interactions with friends driving play, and strong Robux engagement. Our preliminary analysis confirms genuine popularity, not artificial inflation, validating the game's authentic, community-driven growth. So yeah, I feel like that could be true, because again, having 9 million bots inside of this Roblox game without Roblox being able to detect that just doesn't seem very realistic at all. But the game being naturally successful and having all of these real players inside of it does not mean that it can't also have bots. These two things can happen at the very same time. It can have a lot of real players, it can be a very successful game, but it can also have bots. And what Roblox is basically saying here is that it doesn't have any bots whatsoever, which is clearly just not the truth. So this tweet that I found here, this person said, Grow a Garden doesn't have bots. Yeah, and they've given us some screenshots where they entered a server for Grow a Garden and they clearly can see quite a lot of bots inside of these games. It's pretty obvious by their avatars, their usernames, display names, and even their behavior that these accounts in the screenshots are most definitely bots. All they seem to do is just stand there and AFK, and you can see, like in this zoomed out screenshot right here, all of the bots are positioned in exactly the same place at their own gardens, basically just waiting for the garden to grow. Once it grows, I assume their exploit probably detects that and harvests everything to go and sell everything, and then obviously they go back to their original AFK position and once again wait for their garden to grow and repeat. That is pretty much how these bots work in every game that they will be in. And also apparently all of their gardens look exactly the same, which probably means that part of the exploit also has them just by default plant all of their seeds in exactly the same positions across all of their gardens. And again, another tweet shows some of the servers in Grow a Garden, and literally all of these that we can see, like every single server right here is full of bots. Every player and every server in this screenshot is a bot. I've personally never seen this in the servers of Grow a Garden. When I go to it, I can find like maybe 1 or 2 servers that might be full of bots, but it's nowhere near as bad as other games like Bubblegum Simulator. That might be because this game constantly has 2 million players, so the servers are shuffled a little bit more and it shows us more of the servers with the real players. It comes down to Roblox making an official statement saying that Grow a Garden isn't botted when it clearly does have bots inside of it, and that's the end of this basically. So please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about Roblox claiming that Grow a Garden does not have bots when it clearly does have bots. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.